Alrighty, so for 14.1, we're going to use color code, who we got introduced to in attendance, to also cover promises and async await, because these two methods, design patterns of making API calls, are doing the same functionality, they're just written different. And we're going to see both, mostly async await, but both concepts and understanding them, because we'll write code that returns a promise for our navigator that we'll see on 4.2. So having an introduction, I think, is good, and I think he does a really good job. So let's actually open up the file here. So in this case, you'll have a part 1, which is promises, which is this video. And then in here, you'll use that same color-code.js file, and then you'll comment out all the code from attendance, okay? And then code at the top. So what will end up happening is attendance will be, or in fact, I think I have mine open, yeah. So the attendance code will be lower, right? And then do put something in here that shows each of them. And then also what I want you to do is put comments that also where he covers concepts. Now he does it in both of these videos, so where he's covering concepts, then do that as well. Oh, I forgot a dash here. So anyway, code at the top of the JS file, use that heading, promises, and then take notes that help you understand, and then code along where he actually codes, because you want to have that. And here's the URL towards the end that he talks about, and this is going to be important for our challenge that will come next. Okay, so as an example, actually let's go through this and then I'll come back. So then for part 2, another code, color code video, this one for async await. Now in this one, you only have to watch to the 21 minute mark, because after that he does some promotion of his own stuff. By the way, you should watch it. He has a great channel, but you don't have to. But again, code along where he codes. End up do comments to help you understand, okay, and then make a, include a comment at the very top. So what will happen is when I review your code, this will be at the very top. So this is where once you start this one, comment out the ones from before. So when he makes this call to this is the endpoint for the API. Now in this case, this API does not require a key. The one we're going to use for our carbon footprint will need a key. What's nice about this is because it doesn't need a key, although you could do this, I actually have it open. You could actually just open this URL, and what you see here is just a huge object, okay? And it does not really hurt to go dig into this object a little bit. You actually could find out things like where he actually is from, right? You could do that. But just to know when we write code that actually hits endpoints like this, okay, what we're getting back, okay, because it takes, this is why we have to write async code, because we're going to get back a payload, and this payload in this case is a huge object. Well, I mean, it's actually, I've seen much bigger ones, but this has a lot of data. And then you can also see, and I believe he kind of shows this in the video, but I don't think as clearly as I want you to understand. And the reason I'm saying it here is on the checkpoint, or the code challenge, we actually are going to have a challenge for this, and I'll cover that next. So anyway, that's the work you're going to do for this one. How I will grade is on the code and the comments you write, and then submit your commit history. Okay, so now on to, and I think I'm going to separate out this, checkpoints are the code challenges from these. So submit this one and you'll move on and watch what you're going to do for the code challenge. All right.